think we'll start by I might just call on you in your little rectangles there to introduce yourselves and maybe just say a few words of hello so that we can all get to know each other. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen, go through the CG Scholar platform I was going to say mostly for the online only emerging scholars, but really for both, to sort of learn how to engage with the event schedule, a bit more about your role in the conference, the Emerging Scholar award and all that type of stuff. And then if you have any questions for me, maybe we'll just leave that until the end and you can sort of unmute and raise your hand and all that type of stuff. So Christina, you're in my first I want to say box, but it's a rectangle. I feel like we're in the Brady Bunch, but you guys are all probably too young for that.
No, I remember. Don't worry, I'm not that young. Hi, everyone. I'm Christina. I'm currently a PhD student at the University of Surrey. I'm an engineer. I work in the fields of both acoustics and air quality, mainly in relation to buildings.
Thanks, Christina. Thanks for joining us today. Bridget, you're my next. I don't know how that works out. It's just a random thing, I think. Bridget, you're next.
Hi, Tamsin, and hi, everybody. Happy to be here with you today. My name is Bridget. I'm an MArch student at the University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign. Really looking forward to meeting you all at the concert and excited to be here with you today.
Thank you. And forgive me, I'm definitely going to pronounce names correctly. I have an unusual name myself, so please correct me if I am incorrect here. Is it Ifeluge? Ifeluge? I'm sorry.
No problem. It's Ifeluge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for correcting me. I apologize.
No,
would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, sure. Hello, everyone. My name is Ifeluge Olusoya, PhD candidate at the University of Kansas. Studying for a PhD in architecture. I'm specializing in historic preservation. Really, my research is looking at how to utilize heritage resources for socioeconomic development in the Badagry area of Lagos. Yeah, so largely I'm trying to, yeah.
I said I was just about to say you're not too far away from us here in Illinois.
Oh yeah,
Kansas.
Definitely. Yeah, for sure. And largely my research is trying to expand what the idea of heritage means to be beyond buildings and structures, to mean even the intangible aspects and even some of the aspects that are not generally classified as intangible. So it's like opening the sectors of heritage. So look forward to having a great conference. Thank you.
Thank you. It's Chukwumobi. Correct me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's Chukwumobi, but it's Chooks for short.
Chooks, okay. As a nickname. Chooks. You're just trying to help me out. You're being nice. I prefer to try and use full names.
It's not been working really well for my colleagues around here, so
oh, okay.
Works better.
So tell us where you are and about you.
Yes, I am a PhD student in Sheffield Hallam University here in Sheffield, the UK. In my second year, I am researching on building deconstruction. So I'm trying to develop a framework that can be used for deconstructing buildings instead of demolition. So it's a natural and built environment. And I also work in construction, but as a sustainability manager for a local authority here in Cornwall Council Authority.
Okay. My family's from Cornwall. I'm Australian, but my family's from Tamsin speaking of names, Tamsin is a Cornish name. You can't get more Cornish than the name Tamsin.
Oh, yes, I can see that. I wanted to ask that too.
Anyway, nice to meet you, Chooks. Vivian, I don't know if you're able to unmute yourself and just say hello. You might be on a train or in a public space or something and trying to join. Maybe if you can't join, we'll just keep going ahead. Vivian? Okay, let's just keep going ahead. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen and hopefully that'll work. I don't know why every single time We've been doing Zoom for a while now, haven't we? And it's still every time I forget how to share my screen. So I'm just going to go through the microsite. One thing to note that I wanted to start off with is make sure you're logged in the top right. I know this kind of seems like a silly thing to say, but unless you're logged in, you're not going to be able to see any of the sort of content in the event schedule. You'll see the sort of bare bones of it, but not any of the digital media or anything like that. And the easiest way to do that is just to make sure that your name's in the top right-hand corner of the page. One thing I should do before we move on is, if you haven't already, please make sure you update your profile. When your name appears in the event schedule, it's hyperlinked to your everyone's individual scholar profile page. So this is kind of like, if someone clicks on your name, this is what they're going to see. You'll be able to add people as peers. And you'll be a member. I'm a member of all the communities, but you'll be a member of the constructed environment community, and you can learn more a bit about the conference through that page. To actually update your profile, you can do it two different ways. You can just go here in the top right and go down to account settings and update it there. Or if you're in the community page, sometimes it takes you directly here when you log in. You can go here and go down to profile and update it there. So that's kind of just a little reminder to update your profile. If you have any issues with that, you all have my email address. So just say, hey, Tamsin, my email address, my login's not working. Hey, Tamsin, anything, and we can get it all sorted out for you. So no worries about contacting me anytime. So there are a number of different ways to get to this microsite page. It's in basically every single email we send about the conference, a reminder and things like that. You can also get there from the main constructed environment web page. If for some reason you're in here and you're lost and you don't know how to get back to this about page, you can always click on event, and it's in chronological order. So you can just click on where the next conference. So we can go ahead and just click on that one, and it'll take us straight to the about page. Now, the about page here has like a lot of different information, a little bit more about the conference, the special focus this year. You can click on that to learn more about it. We've also got this e-program and user guide. It's sort of a little PDF guide about the conference, the history of the conference, and the journal. Letter from our research network chair. Each of your profiles is in here too. But right at the end, there you all are. Right at the end here is information, basically what I'm saying to you now about how to engage in the microsite and the event schedule, but in a PDF version. Sometimes I talk too quickly. Sometimes I, say things in maybe an unclear way. So you can always refer back to this user guide at the end here, and make sure you signed in. Once again, is the first thing there. You can download that as a PDF so that you have it handy to refer to whenever you want. So it's just there on that about page. If you have a proposal and you're presenting at the conference, whether you're in person or online, it doesn't matter. This will say your proposal. I haven't submitted a proposal. That is the page where you will upload your digital media. So you'll click on your proposal, scroll down, and you should just see an upload there. Digital media can be a number of different things. It can be a video of you presenting. It could be a voiceover over a PowerPoint presentation. If you're doing a poster session, it could be a PDF. It could be an embedded Vimeo or YouTube video. Some people, well, a lot of people, not some people, upload more than one piece of digital media. So I'll let someone else in here, sorry. So you might, for example, you might upload your PowerPoint, and then you might also upload a video as sort of like to accompany each other. And we'll go into that in just a little minute. Your registration will look exactly like mine, but yours will say an emerging scholar. I tend to do a little bit of experimenting with the registration there, so you can see what you're signed up for. Sorry, we have a number of people just entering now, so I'll just let them in as we go. For the people entering now, I'm just going through the microsite, and then after we do this, if there's any questions, let me know, but we'll also get you to introduce yourselves quickly once I go through this here. So presentations, sorry, everything's moving both quickly and slowly at the same time here. So this following tab will be unique to your profile, right? Everyone is going to want to follow different presentations. So this tab will be the tabs of the presentations that you want to follow. And you can customize that as you move through the program. And it's sort of an easy way for you to get back to those presentations that you're interested in, see if there's any new comments in the discussion boards and anything like that. Featured presentations are your presentations. We like to feature our emerging scholars. So we have you all here on this presentation tab so that everyone can see your presentations easily. So this is everyone has you as featured, and you'll see in the event schedule there's sort of a little featured block next to your presentations there. I'll show you that in just one moment. Now, like I said, I can click on the author here, the presenter, and it should, if my internet wasn't moving so slowly, should come up with your profile here. So Chooks, you've updated yours, so we're good to go there. So there's that. I can also add you as a peer here, and then you can accept that and you will be added to my list of peers. By theme, say for example, I'm only interested in the special focus theme this year for some reason. I will scroll down and find the special focus, which is probably going to be at the bottom. And then I can see all the presentations that are listed under that. You can see here that this says online asynchronous and this says room 3. So we know that this is an in-person presentation. If I click on that, it will take me to where it is listed in the event schedule. And so you can easily see that here. I can then go and follow that presentation. And when I go back to the presentations here, it will be listed under my following presentations. Sorry, I'm struggling with bad internet today. So there it is. By type, say if I'm only interested in workshops, for some reason, I only want to participate in workshops, I'll scroll down and hope that we have some workshops. And that's what I will see here. We do have one workshop. It's an in-person in room 3 on the 6th. So I can do that there. Alphabetical is kind of an obscure one. It's oddly alphabetical according to the title. So for example, if you remember the title of the presentation but not anything else about the presentation, this is a good place to go. We do also have a search function. So if you're searching for something, you can go ahead and just type the person's name and it should come up there. Let's just put you, Christina, because you're in my first box there. And I can see Christina's there in search, and there's her presentation. Special events is where you can go to sign up for special events. Things like the walking tour, the conference dinner, you can do that here in your account. I'll get over to this schedule now, and we can sort of go through that and go through the different formats, both for the in-person and the online-only emerging scholars. So we start off on the pre-conference day, which is the 4th of April. We have 2 walking tours. If you're there in person and you're not signed up, there is actually a couple of spots left on each tour if you want to sign up during the special events, under the special events tab. Here you'll see we have the online welcome and training session. This is a live session, so live online only like this, meaning Zoom. Anytime you see that means it's a Zoom session. The online welcome and training session is pretty much exactly what I'm doing here now, except without the element of what an emerging scholar does during the online only or in-person sessions. Come along. It is a nice time to sort of meet other people while everyone's introducing themselves. We usually put the link to their presentation in the chat. So if it's something you're interested in, there's a quick link and you can go ahead and follow it right there and then. Yeah, it's just a nice way to meet other people as part of the conference. So then we have day 1. We have the registration and welcome coffee. For our in-person emerging scholars, if you don't mind coming a little bit earlier on that first day at 8:30, that would be great. Just so I can make sure to give you all your materials that you need for chairing the sessions before the rush comes, so that I'm not just because there'll be, you know, a few people usually at 8:30, there's like, you know, 4 or 5 people who come, and then most people come at 8:55. So if you can come at 8:30, that would be really helpful, just so I can give you the materials, answer any questions that you might have, and we can sort of, you know, figure out all our space and everything like that. We then have the conference opening and welcome. For the online only participants, the plenary sessions and the online, the conference, I need either more or less coffee today. The conference opening and welcome, those sessions are not live online only. You'll see that there is no little sort of like live online only thing here. We record those, we upload them almost instantly. So if you have any questions for Matthias Drilling, please join the discussion board by clicking that join button, and you can go ahead and write that in there. All of our plenary speakers have accounts, so they will, if you're tagged on a schedule element, we call them, then you'll receive an email when someone asks a question, so they know if people are in the discussion boards. After that, we have a coffee break, and then we have a talking circle. So we have both, and these are the in-person talking circles. The online only talking circle is on the second day of the conference, and I'll show you that in just 1 minute. But whether or not you're in person or online only, the talking circles are a format that you might not be used to. So they're on the first day of the conference in person. There's sort of a really nice way of meeting people. So depending on what theme you're interested in the conference, that's the room you choose. For the delegates, we've assigned you to rooms, and we've given you a list of questions. Now, in everything that you're assigned to, the main role of the emerging scholar is just to be a person who asks questions and is engaged in the session, right? We don't want this to be hugely stressful for you. It also, we sort of pride ourselves on not being too formal. This is sort of a learning thing, for a learning experience for everyone. And we want you to be there sort of engaged in the content and the ideas. So with this, for the talking circle, we have a series of questions. We literally form the chairs into a circle in the room and squash everyone in there. We sort of go around and ask these questions. Who are we? You know, why are we in this room? What brought you to this theme? You know, if it's environmental impacts and social impacts, we put them together. So what is your relationship, your work, and how it's related to these themes? And it sort of becomes a nice informal session in the sense that everyone's sort of getting along well and can learn a bit about each other. You've got a cat there, Christina. Okay, and so that's a little bit more about the talking circle. Then we'll move into these sessions. Now, what we've done is, if you're a moderator in that room, you're assigned to be in that room between 11:35 and 12:50. And then you'll see that each of these is a 20-minute presentation, right? So it starts at 11:35, this one starts at 11:55, and this one starts at 12:15. You'll then notice that that actually finishes you at 12:35, which leaves you 15 minutes of questions at the end. So each presentation is 20 minutes long. We do not do questions in between. The questions are done together at the end. And this is really sort of to think about why these sessions have been themed together, the relationships between the sessions, points of contestation. And there are many different ways that you can do this. So first of all, if there's any technical issues, just come straight to me at the conference desk and we'll figure that out. Usually there's always someone who can't connect to their PowerPoint presentation or something like that. But then from there, after we give you a 5-minute sign just to sort of help with timing there, because, you know, if the first person goes over time, then it makes things hard for the other two presenters. I like to tell them that I'm going to show it to them at 5 minutes with 5 minutes left, so that they don't purposely avoid eye contact with you, which sometimes they do. And then at the end, what I like to do is say, would the 3 presenters like to come up to the front? Now, there are a number of different ways that you can encourage conversation. First of all, you can sort of write down individual questions for each of them throughout the presentation. You can think of connecting questions between their presentations and how they might be linked. So this is not a shy bunch. They'll be willing to ask questions. But if for some reason you're in sort of a dead spot and no one has anything to ask, I like to sort of relate it back to the special focus to say, well, so then, you know, what is the relationship between your work and the special focus this year, and things like that. These are just my personal points for how to build conversation. What happens more often than not is that once you get the conversation going, it's hard to actually stop people and get them to go to lunch. And so then you have to sort of move them on. But whether or not you're an in-person emerging, so I hope that makes sense for the in-person emerging scholars, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes of questions at the end. And you can see here that there's 4 sessions. So there's 4 blocks of 20 minutes with 20 minutes of questions at the end. And then we have the plenary. My point here was, you'll see that as an online only emerging scholar, here we can see Vivian, it's the same role, right? So I can click here on the title of the presentation, of the panel. I can see all 4 of the presentations here. I can see that this person has already uploaded digital media by clicking on the View Digital Media button. And I can scroll there. So the idea is if you're assigned to this session, like Vivian is, you would watch the digital media. So because the online only delegates, they present via digital media. There's no live component to the online only sessions. That's how it's an asynchronous presentation of digital media, meaning as soon as the digital media is open for viewing, you should watch the digital media. We can see that this person has not yet uploaded anything. So what you'll be able to do is click on that presentation, and actually there's a button that will say request digital media. When that person uploads digital media, you as the requester will receive an email saying it's now been uploaded. So what you want to do as an online only emerging scholar is you want to view the digital media, and the same thing as you would in person. You want to think about the connections between the presentations. Why have they been themed together? You know, how are they related to the special focus? And sort of fuel discussion in the discussion board. Now, what you want to do, probably, I make a recommendation, is that you want to sort of do those first round of questions. So, one thing to note as well, I'm mixing thoughts here. First round of questions within the first 24 hours of the conference. Second part of the thought is discussion boards are for the panel, not for the individual presentations. The same way we have the questions as a panel at the end of the in-person sessions. So we're linking those together, thinking about why they've been themed together. It's the sort of the same idea here. When you comment in a discussion board and someone responds to you, you'll receive an email saying someone's responded to you. You don't need to sit in the discussion board and be like, oh my gosh, what if something happens and I'm, gone? You're going to receive an email saying, click on this link to take you back to that discussion board. It is helpful if you want to go ahead and follow the presentations that you're responsible for moderating. That way you can get back to them easily through that following tab. A few other bits of information here. So you can see that your presentations are featured. You can see who has digital media and who does not. We do also ask the in-person delegates to upload digital media as well. So if you want to go over to those presentations, we might be able to see here. We can see that Sally has uploaded some digital media here, and so has Miriam. So if you're interested as an in-person emerging scholar, you're also welcome when the discussion board's open to go in and take a look at that digital media even before the session. So this is on the 6th, the discussion boards will be open on the 3rd, late at night on the 3rd. So you could go in and take a look at that digital media and even sort of think of some questions that you might have in advance. I feel like I've spoken too quickly and I've said too many things. A couple of other pieces of information is that you'll see every presentation page has a number of engagements. We can see that already. That means 101 people have clicked on this proposal and read this abstract. we can see here the request for digital media button. That will prompt an email to you when that digital media gets uploaded. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to ask the people who came in a little bit late, if they don't mind. I'm going to move around some rectangles. If they can sort of unmute and introduce themselves. Hong Fei, forgive me if I've mispronounced your name. Could you
Yeah.
correct me too, please?
Yes, it's Hong Fei, and I'll go by Fei.
Oh, Fei?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you just introduce yourself and say a few words of hello?
Sure. Yeah. Hi, everyone. It's the morning time in the Pacific West. Good to see you. Sorry, I'm a bit late for the meeting. I'm currently a PhD student at University of Washington. My research focus on environmental perception. Yeah, I'm excited to looking forward to this meeting and meeting all of you in person.
Nice to meet you, Fei. My next sort of rectangle is Ahnik. Forgive me if I've mispronounced your name. Everyone already knows that I'm useless at this, and please correct me.
It's okay. It's okay. Hello, everyone. My name is. Did you hear me right?
Yes.
Yes. So sorry, my PC webcam doesn't work. So I am Ahnish Abdelillah from Morocco. I'm from the University of Sultan Moulay Slimane. I'm an environmental activist. I'm very glad to be part of your conference and to share my finding with you and with all the committee.
Fantastic. And then my last one is John Weber. John?
Hello. Hi, everybody. I apologize for being late. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear
I just
you.
had
No
some
worries.
technical. I got this computer. It's like 10 years old, so I had to go on my work one instead. So I'm sorry about that, firewalls.
No worries.
Yeah, I work, I'm a full-time construction manager, and I'm interested in ethics in construction. And it was really fun to type this paper out. It's about 18 pages. I recommend that you read it over at I posted it online. I did a video also. So my recommendation is to make your PowerPoint and then make your PowerPoint a movie and then upload it on YouTube. It's really a great experience. If you watch it on YouTube, you can learn how to do that. So I uploaded all my stuff. It's a very quick read. But my topic is ethics in construction, and I plan on attending this conference annually. I really had a great time last year in Hawaii, and this year is going to be a good one too. And there's one thing I'd like to ask Tamsin, if there's a list of attendees from last year, the email, because I have some photographs from last year.
I don't have everyone's email. We have a list of attendees, but it doesn't include everyone's emails. I will email it. I'll email you the list.
Okay, I have some photographs from last year, and the guy from Colombia and Egypt and everything. It was really nice. So,
Daniel, was it Daniel from Colombia?
Yeah, I think it was Daniel from Colombia.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he ended up getting the visa, but I think he was planning to come again to the conference this year.
So I took some pictures of people presenting, and it was really fun for me to present. So I'm happy to do it. And
fantastic.
So the only other thing is that I just want to say that Tamsin's husband really cares. Before the conference last year, he was walking around gathering up people so they didn't miss any of the conference. So I said, that guy really cares.
I think I sent him out to make sure there was no lost people.
I recommend you read my paper, and please, I look forward to meeting you. Thank you.
Thanks, John. So with that in mind, I wonder, there's two things. I wonder, first of all, if anyone has any questions. I will send, I did already send, but sort of an overview of the Emerging Scholar role as a Word document, just with some notes. But for those people who are coming in person, you'll get that in person along with a 5-minute end of session sign. We do ask the online only Emerging Scholars to start their questions in the first sort of 24 hours. And, more than just, don't just write great presentation. I mean, they're all great presentations. Christina, sorry, you have a question.
Right, thanks. Yeah, just about logistics really, which will probably become clear when we get there and see the layout of the venue. But I noticed that I was moderating on one session and then another session next in a different room. So just like,
It's all in the same area.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah. So you'll just jump over to the other room. Yeah. We try to keep it in the same room, but sometimes it doesn't work out. And sometimes the rooms are not close together, but it's all in the same sort of area. So I'm hoping it's easy. That they've sent me a little map to show me, because that's a question that I asked them. And so if for some reason it's not, I'll switch around the schedule so that you stay in the same room.
All good, thank you.
Thanks, Christina. Bridget, go ahead.
Yes, hi Tamsin. Just for the paper upload, is that uploaded in the same place as the digital media on our profile?
So if you want to upload to the journal is different to the digital media. So let me grab the link for that. Give me 2 seconds. Sorry, I'm moving a bit slowly. That's a different upload. Sorry, why am I just had a blank of where to do that? Okay, I'll get that for you now. Give me 2 seconds. I should have included that in the chat beforehand. The other thing that I was going to ask while I do this is for those people who are in-person emerging scholars, I was going to kindly ask if you wouldn't mind putting your phone number in the chat or emailing me your phone number. I'd like to create a little WhatsApp group. So if something goes wrong in your room, say like, the power goes out, or I don't know, the PowerPoint doesn't connect, or someone doesn't have an adapter, you can say, hey, Tamsin, someone doesn't have a Mac adapter here, and I can sort of run in with it to save you sort of some time and things like that. So if you're in person, please put your phone number in the chat. I am going to put the link in the chat. You'll see a submit button on that page there, Bridget. So let me just put
Thank
that.
you so much.
Okay, I copy everyone's name before I accidentally like do something and close this meeting or something silly like that, which would be right up my alley. Are there any other questions? Go ahead and unmute yourself if you have a question.
Yeah, so I was just curious. You spoke about people uploading PDFs as their presentations. So how is that really presentation?
Well, so I mean a PDF if you're presenting an online poster. People who are doing the 20-minute doing the themed paper presentations are strongly encouraged to upload a video. As John said, it's quite easy. And what you can do, I find the easiest thing to do, I'm not sure if you experience this as well, John, is that I just open a Zoom meeting with myself, share my PowerPoint with my own Zoom meeting, and press record. And that is perhaps the easiest way to do it without doing any heavy film editing or anything like that. Another way to do it is to do a voiceover over your PowerPoint presentation. But you're right, if it's a poster presentation, we accept a PDF. But, a lot of the presenters, they have sort of accompanying documents that they want to upload with their presentation as well as the video. So, say you're referring to some plans or, something like that, and you want to upload the plans that might be too big a file or something like that for the video or something like that, then you can upload that as well. Now, one thing to mention is if you do upload your digital media, it will not appear on your page until we review it. So you'll get an email when you upload it, and you'll also get an email when it's been reviewed. We just have to make sure that no one uploads like, I don't know, a water bill or something like that by accident or something else from their desktop, and so we have it between now and the conference in this last week. We have a team of 3 people who are looking at that all the time. So it shouldn't take too long, but we do have to watch the videos to make sure everything's okay. We can't just put everything up there. So I hope you'll just be patient with us on that. Go for it, Bridget.
Another one.
It's fine.
Make sure I'm prepared with technology. So we're presenting on our own computers, the media,
Well,
and then are we?
so it's up to you. There is a
Okay.
computer in the room attached to a screen and a projector. Some people like, and those computers are set up with the internet and stuff. Some people don't want to carry their laptops and they'll just plug in a USB, or really, if you've uploaded digital media, you could just log into your Scholar account and bring it up that way as well. I like to bring a USB just as backup anyway. You never know what's going to happen on the day. But
Sure.
you can also plug in with your computer if you prefer that. Sometimes, you know, you're just comfortable with one piece of equipment and that's what you want to use. That's fine too. I also have 2 spare laptops. So if something really goes poorly, we have backup there as well. So we should be good.
Excellent. Thank you.
Go ahead, Christina.
Sorry, another one for me as well.
No, it's fine.
Just so I'm clear on our role as moderators, in case I wasn't paying full attention, sorry. So we are there to introduce the presenters,
Yes, so
make sure they're sticking on time, and then field questions at the end, basically.
Yes. Yeah. So what I like to do is I go into the room and I say, I'm the emerging scholar in this session. And then I sort of identify who the presenters are to make sure I have them all. Oh, that's one thing to note. If for some reason there's a presenter missing, which does happen randomly sometimes, just move on to the next presentation. And then actually what happens is you can, like, say that it's a 3-person session and the middle presenter doesn't show up. Just move to you could either give the first one presenter a little bit more time and say, well, the other ones, you know, give each of them half an hour and have questions at the end, or say, how would you like, you know, we've got a bit more time, how would you like to use that? But don't wait around if they're sort of not there. Usually I will tell you in the WhatsApp chat, like, heads up, Christina, you know, your second presenter's name badge is here. Sometimes they do show up mid-session. There's been a drama with a taxi or something like that. But I'll usually let you know in advance if I'm worried that someone's not going to show up. But so yeah, identify your presenters. Usually it's just about plugging them into the computer and making sure the stuff is on there. They should be able to do that. It's I gather it's pretty easy, and we do have a tech person that's going to be helping us as well. And then I have a 5-minute sign to give you. So I'd say, hey, I'm going to show you this sign when there's 5 minutes left in your session. And usually people are pretty well behaved. And then, yeah, really just the most fun part is the encouraging questions and having a great conversation at the end. Any other questions?
Yeah, I got one. I'm sorry.
Okay. So I was also going to say, so for the online guys like me,
Yes.
so I guess we have just one session to moderate. Am I correct?
I'm just let me take a look at yours right now and see what you're moderating, to see if there's just anything else that I've missed before I say yes. I'm pretty sure you should only have one session to moderate, but I don't want to say yes because I'm getting everyone confused. So let me look at yours. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just looking for yours now. I might have scrolled right past it. Oh, yes. So you have one session to moderate there.
Yeah, so I'm thinking it's online only room 1.
Yes. So then you just need to read the abstract, view the digital media, and ask a question in the chat. And actually, I can see that they have not uploaded their digital media yet. So I'm going to go ahead and request it. That prompts them to get their act into gear.
All right, thank you.
John, did you have a question as well?
Yeah, just I'm staying at the Vienna Hotel. I arrive at like 11:30 the day before.
Yeah.
So I got 4 nights there, so I'm looking forward to seeing everybody.
Oh, I'll be there. Is that the Harmony? Are you staying at the Harmony one?
Yes.
Which is
yes.
on the conference website. I'll be there too. Safe travels. You'll
You
probably
too.
hear
Thank
my
you.
loud Australian accent around the hallway. Go ahead, Bridget, if you have a question.
again. So the easiest way to find what we're moderating is to scroll through the presentations, right?
Yes,
showed
or
today.
you could just do a sort of what is it? Control F, Command F, and just search your name.
Name. Okay, excellent. Thank you. And when we're moderating, do you ask that we introduce all the presenters at the beginning, or do we stop and then?
So what I didn't answer this before, which was, it was part of Christina's question. I sort of get up and I say, thank you and welcome to the Imagining and Reimagining session, because sometimes people are in the wrong room. The first presenter we have is Maizerin Sultana, presenting human-centric and transformative design. And then once that's finished, I'll say our next presenter is I'm reading a presenter's name, sorry, is Suva Chowdhury with enhancing facade design with AI and mixed reality. It's just sort of really simple. No, I wouldn't by any means stand up and, you know, read the abstract or anything like that.
Thank you, Tanzan.
We just have someone, Maksud, are you there?
Hello.
Hi, can you introduce yourself? We're actually kind of wrapping up now. But what I'll do is I'll send you all the video.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, my name is Maksud. I'm just arrived from Auckland, just landed in Vienna.
Oh,
so
you're already there.
yeah, just as I sent you an email, our meeting with my
that's
flight.
right. You were traveling. You told me.
Yeah, so it's a long journey. 7 hours from Auckland to Dubai, and then 6 more hours from Dubai to Vienna. So just arrived to Vienna today. So sorry for the delay, because just I arrived at my the home. Just it's my relative, my sister's home. Just arrived right now. So hopefully I can receive the record of the meeting.
No worries. I'll send it to you right after this.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Vivian, are you there? I think Vivian might be frozen. All right. Well, if no one else has any questions, what I might do is I'll send everyone the video. I'll send a note to everyone to send me their phone numbers if you're an in-person emerging scholar. I will be in Vienna as of Monday, the 1st of April. If anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out. You probably get too many emails from me, so that unless you have a question, I'm going to try not to email you too much, but reach out anytime. So nice to meet you all, and looking forward to seeing you both in Vienna and online next week.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks, Tanzan.
all.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah, bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.